Tupac Shakur is recovering from 5 gunshot wounds.
Late night, elevator opens. 3 armed men, 5 shots, body drops, jewelry gone, trust shattered. They thought they ended him. They were wrong.
My big mouth. I got a big mouth.
Well, tell me what happened at the recording studios in Times Square.
I got shot 5 times. I walked in, some dudes walked in and shot me up.
Do you know who shot you? No. Is that a no or is that a maybe?
No.
Yo, let me tell you something real. That night changed everything, you know what I'm saying? 5 bullets, 5. Went through my body like my life didn't matter. Like all the work I put in meant nothing. Like my voice could just be silenced with some triggers getting pulled. But see, here's what they didn't understand. You can shoot a man's body, but you can't kill his spirit. You can wound his flesh, but you can't touch his purpose. You can make him bleed, but you can't make him quit. That's the difference between existing and living. You feel me? I remember laying there on that floor, cold, bleeding, pain shooting through every nerve. And in that moment, you know what went through my mind? It wasn't fear. It wasn't why me. Nah, it was clarity. Pure, unfiltered clarity. See, when death touches you like that, when you feel life slipping away, something awakens inside, something primal, something ancient. Your body might be shutting down, but your will becomes diamond, unbreakable, undeniable, unstoppable, unbreakable. Let me say that again, unbreakable. They wanted me gone, simple as that. I was too loud, too real, too dangerous to the comfortable lies they were selling. My voice was reaching people they didn't want reached. My truth was exposing realities they wanted hidden. My existence was becoming a problem to their system. So they tried to end it, quick, violent, permanent. But you know what's crazy? That night didn't end me, it birthed me. The old Pac died on that floor, the one who still had some trust left. The one who thought maybe, just maybe, this industry had some realness in it. The one who believed loyalty meant something in this game. That Pac died, that Pac bled out, that Pac stayed on that floor. What rose up? Something different, something harder, something forged in pain and baptized in betrayal, something they should have feared way more than what they tried to kill. I'm talking about a version of myself that understood the game for what it really was. Not what I hoped it would be, not what they pretended it was, but what it actually was, a battlefield disguised as a business, a war zone painted like opportunity, a killing field wrapped in platinum and promises. I checked myself out the hospital against medical advice. You know why? Because I had a court date the next day. Same people trying to destroy me in the streets were trying to destroy me in the courts. Two-front war. They wanted me physically dead or legally dead. Either way worked for them. Think about that for a second. Think about that. They shoot you 5 times on a Tuesday, then expect you in court on Wednesday to send you to prison. That's the level of coordination we talking about. That's the depth of conspiracy we dealing with. That's how bad they wanted me erased. But I showed up, wheelchair and all, bandaged, drugged on pain medication, barely able to move, but present, because that's what real strength looks like. It ain't about never getting knocked down. It's about getting up when staying down makes more sense. It's about showing up when showing up seems impossible. It's about being present when absence would be understood, accepted, even expected. You listening to this right now, you've been knocked down, you've been shot at, maybe not with bullets, but with betrayal, with lies, with systems designed to keep you ground down, with people who smiled in your face then stabbed you in the back. I know that pain. I lived that betrayal. And I'm telling you from experience, that moment when you're at your lowest, that's not your ending. That's your beginning. That's your beginning. Say it with me. That's your beginning. See, comfort creates weakness. Ease produces softness. Safety breeds complacency. But struggle forges steel. Pain creates purpose. Betrayal births clarity. When they try to destroy you, they're actually building you into something they can never destroy again. Those 5 bullets should have killed me. Doctors said it was miraculous I survived. Medical professionals looked at the trajectory, the damage, the blood loss, and they couldn't explain why I was still breathing. But you know what? Miracles ain't luck. Miracles are when purpose meets adversity and purpose refuses to die. That's what happened that night. My purpose was bigger than those bullets. My mission was stronger than their murder attempt. My destiny was more powerful than their destruction plans. And here's what you need to understand about your own struggles, your own bullets, whether they're literal or metaphorical. They ain't happening to you. They're happening for you. Every betrayal is revealing who's real. Every setback is building your comeback. Every wound is teaching you where you need armor. Every attack is showing you what you're really made of. For real. Every single attack is showing you what you're really made of. I could have let that night break me. Could have become bitter. Could have become paranoid. Could have retreated from the world. And honestly, some of that happened. I ain't gonna lie, like I came through unchanged. That trust I had, gone. That innocence I carried, shattered. That openness I showed, closed forever. But you know what else happened? I became clear, crystal clear, about who I was, about what I stood for, about what I wouldn't tolerate, about what I was willing to die for, and more importantly, what I was willing to lie for. Because see, dying is easy. Anybody can die. Getting shot and staying down, that's simple. But getting shot and getting back up, getting betrayed and continuing to create, getting attacked and still speaking truth, that's warrior mentality right there. That's what separates the real from the fake, the strong from the weak, the legends from the forgotten. Warriors get back up. Warriors keep fighting. Warriors don't quit. They shot me in November. By December, I was in the studio. By the new year, I was creating some of my most powerful work. Not because I healed physically. Those wounds were still fresh. But because I understood something fundamental. They can wound your body, but your voice is bulletproof if you choose to make it that way. Your voice is bulletproof. Remember that. Your voice is bulletproof. Every song I created after that carried different weight. Every word I spoke held different power. Every move I made showed different strength. Not because I was trying to be hard, but because I'd been through fire and chose to let it refine me instead of consume me. You know what I'm saying? When life shoots you down, you got a choice. You can stay down, let those wounds define you, let that pain become your identity, or you can get up. Let those scars become your testimony, let that survival become your strength. I chose to get up, not just physically, but mentally, spiritually, emotionally. I chose to take every lesson from that night and use it as fuel. Every betrayal became clarity. Every wound became wisdom. Every bullet became a reminder that I was still here for a reason. Still here for a reason. You hear me? Still here for a reason. And that reason wasn't just about me. It was about everyone who's been shot down by life. Everyone who's been betrayed by people they trusted. Everyone who's been attacked for speaking truth. Everyone who's been targeted for being too real in a fake world. My survival became their hope. My comeback became their inspiration. My refusal to quit became their permission to keep fighting. That's what real strength looks like. It ain't about never getting hit. It's about what you do after you get hit. It's about how you respond when the worst happens. It's about who you become when the world shows its ugliest face. 5 bullets entered my body that night. But you know what else entered? 5 lessons, 5 truths, 5 reasons to never trust blindly again. 5 reminders that this world is real and real people do real damage and you better stay ready. But also, 5 proofs that I was meant for something bigger. 5 confirmations that my purpose was stronger than their bullets. 5 witnesses to the fact that you can't kill what's destined to live. You can't kill destiny. You can't murder purpose. You can't assassinate what's meant to be. So when I rolled into that courtroom the next day, barely able to move, it wasn't about proving something to them. It was about proving something to myself, that I was unbreakable, that I was unmovable, that no amount of violence, betrayal, or systemic oppression was gonna stop what I came here to do. And that's the message I need you to hear today. Whatever's tried to kill you and ain't succeeded, that's proof you got purpose left. That's evidence you got work to do. That's confirmation you're meant for something they can't stop. Listen to me. Listen. If you're still breathing, you still got purpose. If your heart's still beating, you still got work to do. If you're hearing these words right now, you still got a mission to complete. Don't let your wounds become your weakness. Transform them into your weapons. Don't let your scars become shame. Wear them as proof of survival. Don't let your pain become permanent. Use it as temporary fuel for permanent change. Transform them, make your pain your power. I got shot 5 times and lived to tell about it. But more than that, I lived to create from it, to learn from it, to grow from it, to inspire from it. That's the real miracle right there. Not just survival, but transformation. Not just living, but thriving. Not just breathing, but becoming. That's the real resurrection. Not just surviving, but thriving. Not just getting up, but rising up. Not just healing, but becoming stronger. Becoming stronger. Say it again. Becoming stronger. 5 bullets tried to end one story. Instead, they started a new chapter, a more powerful chapter, a more purposeful chapter, a chapter they wish they never opened. Because the Pac that rose from that floor, he was different, sharper, clearer, more focused, more dangerous to everything fake, everything corrupt, everything designed to keep real voices silenced. I became the version of myself they feared most. Not the angry version, not the violent version, but the clear version. The version that saw through all the games. The version that understood all the plays. The version that wouldn't be manipulated, controlled, or silenced ever again. And you, whatever tried to take you out, whatever shot you down, whatever knocked you to the floor, let it birth you into something stronger. Let it transform you into something they can't handle. Let it create you into something they'll regret trying to destroy. Let it birth you, let it transform you, let it create you. That's real talk. That's street gospel. That's the truth they don't want you knowing. You ain't just a survivor, you're a warrior. You ain't just standing, you're rising. You ain't just living, you're thriving. A warrior. Remember that word, warrior. See, they thought those bullets would silence me. They thought that pain would stop my pen. They thought that trauma would end my truth telling. But pain became my ink. Trauma became my testimony. Those bullets became my battle cry. Every time I stepped in that booth after that night, I carried something different. Weight, wisdom, warning. My words weren't just entertainment anymore. They were education. They weren't just songs. They were survival guides. They weren't just verses. They were validation for everyone fighting through their own battles. People ask me, Pac, how you do it, how you come back from something like that, and I tell them straight, you don't come back, you come forward. You don't return to who you were. You evolve into who you're meant to become. That old version, he had to die. Those bullets killed him, but they birthed something they should have feared more. 5 bullets, 1 lesson. What don't kill you wasn't meant to, and what was meant for your destruction, that becomes the foundation of your reconstruction. What don't kill you makes you stronger. What was meant to end at you becomes what defines you. What should have destroyed you becomes what develops you. Now I want you to think about your own 5 bullets. What tried to take you out? What was meant to end your story? Maybe it was poverty. Maybe it was abuse. Maybe it was addiction. Maybe it was depression. Maybe it was betrayal. Maybe it was failure. Maybe it was rejection. Whatever it was. If you're still here, it failed. You're still standing. You're still fighting. You're still breathing. And that means something. That means something. That means you got unfinished business. That means you got purpose left. That means your story ain't over. Your story ain't over. Say it with me. My story ain't over. I remember being in that hospital bed, tubes everywhere, machines beeping, pain medications making everything fuzzy. And I made myself a promise. I promised myself that if I survived this, when I survived this, I wouldn't waste it. I wouldn't squander this second chance. I wouldn't take this miracle for granted. Every breath became intentional. Every word became purposeful. Every creation became meaningful because I understood something most people don't learn until it's too late. Life ain't guaranteed. Tomorrow ain't promised. This moment right here, this is all we got for sure. So I started living like it, creating like it, speaking like it, moving like it, with urgency, with purpose, with clarity, with power. And that's what I'm telling you right now. Stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Stop holding back. Whatever tried to destroy you and failed, that's your sign to go harder. That's your signal to speak louder. That's your confirmation to dream bigger. They tried to silence the wrong voice. They tried to stop the wrong movement. They tried to end the wrong story. And you're still here for a reason. You survived for a purpose. You made it through for a mission. Now execute it. Now fulfill it. Now become it. 5 bullets, 5 lessons, 5 proofs that purpose is bulletproof. 5 witnesses that destiny can't be murdered. 5 testimonies that what's meant to be will be, regardless of who tries to stop it. Get up, get moving, get creating. Show them what happens when they try to end something that was destined to be eternal. Show them what happens. Show them. Make them regret ever trying to destroy you. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? This is for everyone who got shot down and got back up. For everyone who got knocked out and regained consciousness. For everyone who got counted out and proved the count was wrong. You're not a victim. You're a victor. You're not defeated. You're determined. You're not finished. You're just beginning. 5 bullets tried to write my ending. Instead, they wrote my beginning, my real beginning, my purpose beginning, my legacy beginning. And your bullets, whatever form they took, they're writing yours too, not your ending, your beginning. Now go write the rest, go create the rest, go live the rest.